Oh.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Kyle, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm tired. I don't know what it is about today. I'm just so tired.
Probably was that big dinner we ate, too.
That definitely helped with the tiredness, yes.
Yeah. And joining us via the magic of cell phones, this is actually, I think, his sixth or fifth time appearing on a Couch Talking Sports. It is our pal Doug joining us again live via phone. Yeah, Phone Doug, as Kyle referred to him. Doug, how are you? Good to have you on again.
Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks, guys, for having me on. I wish you had said in the introduction that I was out doing something sports-wise, but I'm really not. So,
well, we're just sitting on a couch, so it's okay. You're in good company. But yeah, so what we wanted to talk about tonight is obviously, we had referenced, I think the last time we were on, how unfortunately our Boston Celtics came up a little bit short this year in the NBA playoffs, falling to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Cleveland Cavaliers then went on to get swept by the now two-time defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors in the finals. But what we wanted to focus on, besides that, is the enigma, the superstar, the whatever you want to call him, that is LeBron James. And part of the reason why the end of the basketball season is very interesting here is LeBron James has an option now in his contract that he can either invoke and stay in Cleveland for one more season, or that he can decline and become a free agent. So there's a lot of rumor, a lot of talk about where he's going to end up once NBA free agency starts on July 1st. But before we get to that, I want to go to both Doug and Kyle. Just get a brief reaction to the NBA Finals between Cleveland and Golden State. I mean, it wasn't much of a series, so to speak, but just wanted to get a brief reaction to the result of the Warriors sweeping the Cavaliers. And Doug, I will start with you.
Okay. Basketball is one of my favorite sports, but I really had a problem watching these 4 games, and maybe it was just because it was really boring.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Very fair.
I hate to say that because I really love basketball, and I watch college basketball, and I watch pro, and I even watch the Globetrotters. But no, I think that it was a very predictable series, but it was just boring. It wasn't. You knew up front that Golden State was favored in every single game.
Yeah.
You knew Golden State has a much better team.
Yeah.
And you notice with going, even the Celtics, I think, did really, really well even against LeBron.
Forced him to 7 games.
Yeah, exactly. And to tell you the truth, I think if the Celtics actually won, I think it would have been a better series.
I agree. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Do you think we could have beat Golden State? No, I think ultimately we probably couldn't.
We could have won a game or two, though.
Yeah, I mean, would it have been a better series? absolutely a better series.
Yeah.
Because I think the talent is so much better on the Celtics than they did on the Cavs. I just think that it was the LeBron show. That's what it was.
Yeah.
LeBron can't take on 5 guys.
Right.
He just can't do that.
No, he definitely can, and certainly it really showed how much of a better team dynamic the Warriors have than the Cavaliers. But Kyle, I know you don't. I mean, Professor watched a ton of basketball, but just if you could give us sort of your reaction to the Warriors capturing a second straight title and sweeping LeBron James. Did you watch any of the finals at all?
I did not watch any of the finals. I spent too much time, I had to catch up on all my comic book movies, so, I was doing really more of that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it.
Oh, God.
But, no, it was...
You didn't miss much.
Yeah, that's good to know.
True. Very true.
I feel like I got more out of watching Justice League than, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah. No, it was very boring. But just your brief thoughts on the Warriors winning it again.
I'll admit though, I was kind of surprised, but I mean,
you were surprised?
Well, yes and no. Come to think of it, you're right. Because
you can tell this guy does not watch a whole lot of basketball. The fact that he was surprised that the Warriors swept the Cavaliers. Here we are. Here Doug and I are being like, "Oh, everybody saw this coming. It wasn't even a series from the game." Kind of like, "Oh, I was a little bit surprised." I'm like,
I figured LeBron James, but no, he really was the only player of that team I heard that really.
They're pretty much a one-man team.
Yeah, it was just
like who else did they have? J.R. Smith, Kevin Love. Please, those guys wouldn't even. Those guys would barely be bench guys on any other team. I mean, not Kevin Love. Kevin Love's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver, like, come on now.
Robbie, they didn't show up.
No, they really didn't. They didn't show up. It basically, they were just like.
They didn't show up. That's why LeBron was so frustrated. Is the fact that they were making stupid mistakes.
Like J.R. Smith, dribbling out to the key after a game-tying missed free throw in the fourth quarter.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I mean really stupid mistakes, and just I think I would have had a better time watching the Justice League with Kyle. I really do.
I think we all would have.
Seriously, it just was a horrendous kind of situation. It really was.
Yeah. But go ahead and finish your point.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't really have a whole lot else to add. I guess that's
all you could say.
Yeah. It was like I guess you could compare it to. Now I will make a Justice League comparison. It was like when Steppenwolf, the one man guy. He has all these parademons and everything with him. He's trying to take over the world, but he's like the only powerful guy, and he just boom gets knocked out like last 10 minutes of the movie of Justice League, and there you go. That was like LeBron James, right? There you go.
That actually like made a lot of sense. I'm actually surprised.
Nice.
I'm pleasantly surprised at how that actually worked. But so now on to the topic at hand, LeBron James again. He has an option for next season. A lot of speculation as to whether will he stay in Cleveland or is he gonna head elsewhere. So the first question I want to ask the both of you is just very, very simple, yes or no. And I think I pretty much know the answer across the board here. And Kyle, I'll start with you for this one. Will LeBron James be a Cleveland Cavalier next season, yes or no?
Well, I mean, that was his original team. That's the OG for him. Sorry. Didn't sound right.
OG? Did Kyle just say OG?
He did, unfortunately. That may have been That may have been the most white guy moment of this show. Like, Kyle.
Aside from our,
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah.
Aside from our dance scene, Robbie. That was pretty up there,
yeah. That and this are probably tied for one A and one B. But anyway, sorry.
Now, Kyle, if I was there, I'd be giving you a high five right now, man.
Oh, thank you. I'll give you an
air high five.
Air high five. There you go.
But anyway, Kyle, go ahead.
But oh man, well, I know. So let me think. I mean, knowing LeBron James, I honestly wouldn't be that surprised that he would switch to another team. I don't know exactly which other team. I think that you guys would definitely have a better knowledge of like maybe where he would go next. I'd say movie logic wise, he'd be joining the Toon Squad because he's going to be in Space Jam, right? So obviously, hey, he's getting tired of the Cavaliers. Hey, I'm just going to join the Looney Tunes. They're probably better than these guys.
Scary thing is you're probably right. the Looney Tunes and Space Jam probably could have beat to this year's Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah,
Space Jam 57, right? Exactly.
So you say no. You don't think he'll be.
Well, no. I said I wouldn't be surprised if he did move. I just don't know where he would move. I feel like that would be more on your.
But do you think he'll? So you're basically saying you don't think he'll be with the Cavaliers.
I'm gonna stick with no.
Okay, Doug. I'm pretty sure I know your answer to this, but yes or no on LeBron staying with Cleveland.
That's really. It's kind of like. It's a great question. But it's one of those questions that's so up in the air you really can't tell. My feeling is, my thought process is that he's done. Is that he's done with Cleveland. And that he will be somewhere else starting next year.
Yeah, I agree.
I just think he's really frustrated. I don't think he thinks that that ownership is going to back him with the kinds of things that he does. Although on the flip side of it, I know what we've just asked that question, but I'm kind of moving on a little bit with that question. But he did say something about family. So I again,
True.
And my personal opinion is that he's done. He's gone.
Yeah, I know. I agree completely. You are right on the family front. His family is all from. Even his wife is from Akron, Ohio. I think they're high school sweethearts. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But family wise, he would have reason to stick around. But knowing him and knowing sort of what he went through with the roster this year and what they just went through in the playoffs, I just can't see it. I think he's going to be going elsewhere. I think he's going to go somewhere where he has an already proven roster that is championship worthy. But
what's interesting, Robbie, is the fact that that they got rid of Isaiah Thomas with a trade. They got rid of a couple other guys.
They basically blew up their entire team at the trade deadline.
But this was LeBron's team.
Yeah.
These guys that he got were the ones he wanted.
Yeah.
And they didn't work out.
True.
They didn't work out.
True.
So, that's what it comes down to. But I just that gut feeling tells me that he's done.
And it brings us to an interesting point because a point I never thought that I would legitimately mention in like a sports discussion, but based on what has been reported and what has been rumored out there, there is some talk out there that
he's joining the Justice League. I knew it. They need a basketball player in that team. They're all about flying and Amazonian warriors. They need a basketball player. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you about? Okay. No, I'm probably not the Justice League. Okay, go ahead, Robbie.
I can't even with you. I can't even. I'm trying to build a strong, a legitimate point, and you have to jump in with that. So,
Love it.
but no, it has been reported that he does at least some way have some interest in joining none other than the Boston Celtics. There is talk on ESPN and other outlets that one of the teams he is going to talk to and is considering is the Boston Celtics. So
do it.
It's not just one of these dream scenarios where we say, oh, what would imagine if we had LeBron on our team? Imagine if he came here. Like, there's legit talk behind it. So I guess, and Doug, I'll start with you on this, is that if you had to put a percentage on the chances of LeBron actually becoming, first of all, I want your reaction to the talk about LeBron being interested in Boston, but second of all, if you had to put a percentage chance on LeBron actually putting pen to paper and coming here, what would that percentage look like?
Yeah, I think I thought the talk was kind of interesting. I believe it was Stephen A. Smith, out of the four-letter network, that decided that they were gonna that he was going to mention the fact that Boston was in the mix.
Yeah.
And that's one team. They put a piece of paper down and they write down a whole bunch of teams that whoever wants to go. Whoever's a free agent, they write down a whole bunch of teams, and even if they know they're going to be traded, maybe they'll write down a whole bunch of teams. And I guess I'm not really sure where he got it from, but the Boston Celtics were part of that.
Yeah,
were part of that group. My feeling on the percentage, and again, I think we'll go into a little bit more detail, maybe in a few minutes, about what my thoughts are about him coming here or not. But I think the percentage of him coming here is, in my estimation, is kind of low.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking between 10 and 20%, maybe even lower than that.
Yeah.
And again, I have some reasons,
right.
But there's some reasons that there's some positive. The reason that we're talking about it is that there is some positive ways of trying to get him here.
Right.
So, and there's ways of doing it without, blowing up everything.
Right.
But besides that, I think that that's probably where the percentage is. Now, there was a reporter out there that said that, and I'm not sure exactly. I know the outlet. He obviously works for. He works for. I don't know exactly. His last name is Mannix. I know.
Chris Mannix from.
Chris Mannix,
I think it's either. It's not NBC Sports Boston, but it's something like it's something. It's some.
Yeah,
he's a local guy.
Yeah, he is a local guy. He does do some reporting on CSN, so he does work for them, but he doesn't work for them, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he puts the percentage as low as 2%.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where that's kind of where my percentage is.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of where the percentage is. But we can certainly. I'm assuming you have a next question, so.
Yeah, no,
I was going to keep going, but I didn't have enough.
No, and we'll definitely get into sort of more reason and opinion in just a second here. But I would put my percentage right around sort of the lower end of what Doug said. I would put it around 10%, because I think it'd be great if he somehow, some way ended up here. I think that
so cool, right?
That would be amazing. I can't see it. But Kyle, let me ask you again. Sort of what would your percentage chance of that happening be?
I don't know. I guess it's like as much as I would like to see it too. I don't think it would be a huge chance of happening either. It's kind of hard. I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right. Well, but I mean, and here's sort of a follow up. So sort of, and this may be more of a hypothetical question here, but and Kyle, I'll start with you. Is would you want? It's sort of a 2-part question. For part one is, would you want LeBron on the Celtics if you could get him? And part two is, what would you be willing to give up, sort of player wise, to get a player like LeBron on the Celtics?
Oh boy. Well, first of all, you might have to give me the whole roster. I'm a little lost on the players.
All right. Well, first off, first of all, the simpler question for you: Would you want if you could get LeBron James on the Celtics? Would you want him on the
definitely.
Celtics?
Yeah.
All right. So, but now you obviously would have to give up some of the bigger contracts, like Al Horford or a Gordon Hayward, or even like a Kyrie Irving. Guys like that. So, would you be willing to part with either any of those players to get someone like that?
That's tough because a lot of them are kind of like younger, right? Aren't they all kind of younger than LeBron James?
Yeah.
So actually, I guess like ideally, I would like to find a way for LeBron James to be on the team, but I feel like because they're younger, they have more time to. I feel like they have more room for improvement. Yeah. And I feel like if you put LeBron James, a guy who's really at like the peak of his career, I think it'd be like there's going to be a point where he's going to hit like a plateau, and then I feel like he's just going to kind of, I feel like it happens to a lot of players, and especially even players as good as him. So I feel like
I agree. I mean, would I like to see him on the Celtics? Yes, of course. I think we Celtics fans would be lying if they said, if we could get LeBron James on the team, especially if we didn't have to give up anything, on the roster already to get him, I'm sure they'd be like, yeah, sign me up. But it's tough for me because when I look at the Celtics team, I see a roster that is championship when it's fully healthy and fully constituted, is a championship contender and championship worthy without LeBron James. I mean, you look at the injuries and the players that went down this season, Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, if they're healthy for that Cleveland series, the Celtics beat Cleveland, and
flatten them.
Yeah, they beat them in 5 or 6 games, honestly. I mean, that's my honest opinion. Is that, but, so when I look at it, it's like you have to be very careful because you already have a lineup that again, when fully healthy, can win now. So really, I don't know what I'd be willing to give up because, like, when I look at all these guys, it's tough because, like, I see so much potential already. Yeah. So it's like I don't want to necessarily like tear that apart.
Yeah.
But Doug,
the foundation there. That's good.
Doug, let me ask you, sort of like 1A and 1B here, sort of, again, going, and this is kind of going off what we were just talking about, would you want LeBron here, and what would you be willing to give up to get LeBron James if he were to come here?
Sure, it's a great question. Well, I will tell you that when I first heard the news, that Stephen A. Smith, and he's a pretty reliable source. But when I first heard the news, I kind of got a little excited. And then I said to myself, after I got excited for about 2 minutes, I decided to watch the Justice League, and that got me even more excited. But besides that, I think what it comes down to is would I like him on the team? Well, who wouldn't like the best player in the world in this time period on their team? Yeah. Everybody would.
Oh yeah.
Everybody would. I mean, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But does it make sense with the team that we already have, and who would Danny Ainge be willing to give up to go there? Well, there's a couple of factors that I look at. The first factor I look at is, just like you said, Robbie, just a minute ago, is that the way the team is constituted now, we are literally I don't even think we need a piece. We are getting 2 superstars back.
Yeah.
From injury.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's almost like you put those 2 superstars together, and they like almost equals the height of LeBron James. So I think what it comes down to is that where did we go without these 2 superstars?
Yeah, exactly.
What you said, exactly what you said, which is holy crap, 7th game of the Eastern Conference Championship.
Yeah.
Without our 2 superstars. But I mean, that's incredible. So and everybody played so well and so together. So there's a couple of factors. The first factor is that do you want to wreck that? Do you want to make it? I mean, you're going to have to take 1 or 2 people off the roster right now, and you're going to have to and to bring him in. That's what you're going to have to do. So you're talking about a Gordon Hayward contract, which is a max. You're talking about a Horford, which is a $28 million contract, which is also a max. You're talking about a Kyrie who may or may not want to play with him now. Because now he's what? He's following me now?
Yeah.
He's following Kyrie?
Exactly.
Okay, so is Kyrie okay with him coming back and being number 1?
Yeah.
Or and this is a part of that, or does LeBron not want to be the guy anymore? Does he want to be in the background? Still a great player, but he doesn't want to run the team.
Right.
Let Kyrie run the team.
Right.
And I will be next to him, feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
All the time so he can shoot the damn ball and he can be the guy. Okay,
Exactly.
So that's the first part of it. The second part of it is what kind of contract are you going to give LeBron? If you give him a 1-year deal, he's gone after a year.
Right.
He comes in, wins your championship, and he's gone. The only way, and I'm going to put it on the line right now. The only way that I would bring LeBron James in here at all, is if he would assign a 4-year deal. Right. That's it. Long-term deal. That's it. I wouldn't have him for a year. I wouldn't even have him for 2. And the reason I would do that is because he would come in. He would definitely put us above. He would. And I know he wants to be Golden State. I know he wants to be Golden State. He wants to be the guy who does it.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
He also wants to solidify his aura, his
legacy.
leadership. Yeah, exactly. So the fact is that I wouldn't have him any less than 4 years. Now, is LeBron James going to do that?
Probably not.
Probably not.
He's probably looking for a couple of year deal with an option, if that.
Exactly. And I might even think about that, depending on who we have to get rid of.
Right.
But again, we have to make room, and that's the thing. Now, with LeBron James coming in, this is the other part of what I just said. With LeBron James coming in, is he going to take over the team?
Right.
And that's a problem for me because he's basically the coach. He's basically the coach of the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
So the fact is that when Danny sits down with him, is he going to say, okay, this is what I want, or he's going to say, so what do you want to come to the Celtics? This is what the deal is. So basically, the fact is that you have to kind of figure out what he's looking for. And I guarantee you, he's not looking for any more than 2 years.
Yeah.
Because he wants to make the choice about where he goes.
Yeah.
Unless, and this is the catcher, Robbie and Kyle, this is the catch. Unless he's kind of thinking, you know what? I want to settle down a little bit. I'm toward the end of my career. I'm the best player in the freaking world. And I got rings to back it up. I've got my play and my assists and my baskets and my goals and everything. I got all that to back it up. You know what? I just want to win some championships in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years. But I want to do it with one team, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I want to go. I've always loved Brad Stevens. He's always complimented Brad Stevens. He thinks he's a great coach. I want to go where the team is already just about there. I want to go and be that last piece that they need, and be solid and be happy. And I'm not going to take over. I'm going to let Danny be the GM and get the players that we need, and I'm going to let Kyrie be his guy. Let him be the team.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit in the background. I'm going to do my. I don't want to score 43 points a night anymore. I don't want to do it. I want to do my 20, 25, and then I'll be good. And we win games, we win championships, we're good. Will he be able to change his aura? Will he be able to change who he is and who he has been?
Yeah.
I don't think so, and that's why I don't think that he's coming to the Celtics.
Right.
But I can't tell. I don't have any idea.
True.
But the Celtics have a great positioning right now because he saw them.
Yeah.
He played them for 7 games. He knows how good they are. So that's also a big, huge possibility is that, hey, you know what? Well, we may have something really good here. Does he want to go to a team that sucks, that they have to rebuild all this? They may have to rebuild for 3 or 4 years. I'm not sure. He's at the end of his career. Does he really want to do that? Not sure. So again, those are the kinds of things that I think is important. Who do we give up? We could certainly give up Horford. Horford is a little older.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good player, but we could certainly give his $28 million contract and say bye-bye. Certainly. That would be one. You could give up Kyrie because you bring in the best player in the world, but you'd be taking away Kyrie, who you brought in here for a reason, but I'm not sure if they can coexist, so you bring one in for the other. And the other part is Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward has a max contract. They brought him in for max, and, you get rid of him because you don't know how he's going to react to his injury. And you take him away, and you maybe do a swap.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Those are the kinds of things that I would think about if he's willing to do those other things.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think we've all sort of agreed. I think the chances of him actually coming here are pretty low. So I think at this point we're kind of speculating and using a little bit of just sort of thinking what if hypothetical, so to speak. But so I guess sort of the next and sort of final question here as we sort of begin to wrap up is if he doesn't end up coming to Boston, and doesn't stay with Cleveland. I think the three of us have sort of agreed that he won't. Which teams do you most likely see him potentially going to? And Kyle, I know you're just sort of what are your thoughts on that when you think about that?
So potential teams.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I mean, I don't really know from a lot of knowledge. But he could. Unless he's really still angry at them. Which he probably still is. But what if he just goes right to the Golden State? That'd be kind of funny, actually.
Kind of pull like Kevin Durant. If you can't beat him, join him type thing. Oh boy.
But no, they were so good. I feel like he would want to join a team that maybe isn't all the way up there. So they probably want to maybe I don't know.
So he can be the man, basically.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those teams out there.
I don't know, but I'll have you guys see if you can maybe get a better analysis on that.
I think for me there's a few teams that I could see him going to. The top two in my book, and again this is just my opinion, are the Philadelphia 76ers or the Los Angeles Lakers. For some reason, he's always had a thing about LA. He really likes LA and has always sort of hinted at wanting to play there. So I think, I mean, that's sort of been all along sort of a thought for me that he could, potentially go and join the Lakers. And then Philadelphia, I mean, Philadelphia's got some good young talent with, Ben Simmons, and then their slew of big guys that they have, Okafor and Embiid and those guys. So I could definitely see him join that. But another couple teams that maybe aren't as much on the radar, but again, I could just see him going to is, I wouldn't, there's an outside chance maybe he wants one more run with Dwayne Wade in Miami. He was there obviously in between stints in Cleveland. It's another shot there, or like a team like the Knicks or somebody like that. I mean, again, or maybe even Houston. Although he says there was a report out today that he doesn't really like the city of Houston, so that sort of put a damper on that. But I think if I had to pick
whatever that means.
Yeah, apparently he's not a big fan of the city of Houston. From what I heard in a report today. But yeah, I think if I had to pick sort of a top two for where I would think he would like sort of end up, I would say the Lakers and the 76ers would be my sort of top two teams that I would most likely see him being a part of next season. Doug, I know you read up on this stuff as much, if not more, than I do. What teams, besides the Celtics and Cavaliers, do you think we could have the best chance of seeing LeBron wearing their colors next season?
Sure. I'm thinking definitely not Miami. It's actually kind of intriguing. I like the way you said that, Robbie. It's kind of intriguing to see him back with Wade. I just can't see him going back there. Although, who the heck knows? But I just can't see him going back there because their team is so horrible. He would really have. I mean, he would make the team a little bit better. But again,
wait. You mean to tell me that he wouldn't thrive playing with Kelly Olynyk?
Yeah, exactly. Right. I think he would. I think it would be an issue whether they would start Kelly Olynyk over LeBron. I think that's probably what it would be. But I just think, me personally, I just think that he wants to be on a team where he doesn't have to necessarily wait to be a contender. He wants to be a contender. I just think Miami is several players away from that. But I think it's kind of intriguing to think that. So I like certainly what you said about that. I think the top teams, the top team that I think that he's definitely looking at, and there's some reasons why, is one of the teams that you mentioned, Robbie, which is the Lakers. And the reason that he would decide that, and there was something else that came out today on Bleacher Report, which is kind of interesting, and I heard it. I think I heard it on one of those radio stations that we all listen to, sports-wise, except for Kyle, of course, because they don't have the Justice League on that. Only on Sundays do they have the Justice League hosts on Sunday. But one of the reasons why he would go is, number one, he has real estate interests there. That's the first thing. Secondly, he has a production company. He does a lot of, you see him on some commercials right now. He's got his own production company. His production company is actually in L.A. And the other thing that came out today is that I believe that his kid is going to school, has been accepted to a school in California. So I believe, and that's kind of out there. So, and one of the things he said a few days ago was his ultimate would be to play on the same team as his son. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of weird. Yeah. But I mean, those are some of the things. And the other thing is that the Lakers, there was a report that the Lakers are kind of going after pretty hard, going after PG, Paul George. And they're very, very good friends.
Yeah.
And Paul George said, I would love to play with LeBron. So It's one of those things where, you have, I'm not talking about Lonzo Ball, but talking about LeBron and Paul George and Kuzma, you got a pretty good team there.
Right.
So that would be. Now, do I think I think they can beat the Warriors? No, definitely not. But you got a pretty good start to a team there.
Yeah.
So, and of course Isaiah's there too. Isaiah Thomas is there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you have a pretty good team. So it's one of those things where I think that would probably be the top choice for me. The 76ers, I think, is a pretty good situation. Ben Simmons and Embiid, and I believe Okafor is on the Pelicans. I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Went to the Pelicans, but
yeah.
that's fine. But they have. I mean, if you think about it, you got Ben Simmons, you got LeBron, you get your big three, you got Embiid. That would be an excellent team, and a formidable team. Haven't heard too much, except for the fact that Embiid has been trying to recruit him for the last few days. But you have Markelle Fultz, who's kind of unproven, and it actually came out today that Colangelo, who by the way just quit because of his stupid wife's issue with Twitter.
Yeah.
He actually nixed he wanted Fultz. They wanted the team owner didn't want Fultz. The team owner wanted another look at Tatum, and Danny scrubbed that for him. Danny said, "I want Tatum." So there you go. So kind of interesting how that kind of came out today. Markelle Fultz, I don't even know if he can play again.
Yeah.
He's just got he's got a mental issue, but he's also got a physical issue too.
Right.
And hurt, but he's also got this mental issue with a shot. So where do I think he's going to go? I think LA would be. I don't think he's going to go to Houston, and there's a reason why I don't think he's going to go to Houston. CP3 is up for contract. He wants a max deal. If you give CP3 a max deal, you're not getting LeBron.
Right.
So if you get CP3 and you got CP3 and you got what's his name there?
Harden.
Yeah, you got Harden and you got LeBron. You got a pretty good team there. And you keep their center. I can't remember his name.
I can't. I know.
I heard his name today too, and it's bugging me. Anyway, you have to resign.
Oh, Ariza. Is it Ariza?
Yeah, Ariza's one of them. There's another. Oh, Capella.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
Yeah. So if you re-sign Capella and you re-sign CP3, you're not going to get LeBron because CP3 wants a max deal, and they can't afford to have like 3 max deals. It's just not happening. Mm-hmm. So I don't think Houston. And of course, just like you said, he was coming out today and says he doesn't like Houston. The city of Houston. Who knows? I don't really know why, but that's fine. I think he's trying to say that he's not going there. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just his wife that's got his Twitter account and just messing around with it. Maybe she doesn't like Houston. I don't know. Yeah. But she does like the Justice League, so that's really important.
Oh, good to know. Good to know too. There you go.
But besides that, I think the Lakers are probably the highest on my list right now.
All right. Well, I mean, obviously, NBA free agency hasn't even started yet. It doesn't start till July 1st. So obviously, there's going to be a lot more rumor and a lot more speculation between now and then. So I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more. And obviously, we will sort of have to wait and see what the next shoe is to drop, so to speak. But Doug, we always appreciate having you on a couch talking sports.
Thank you, Doug.
I mean, you're a great guest, whether you're here or on the phone, and so really appreciate it.
Phone line from Saudi Arabia.
Yes, exactly. live from the mean streets of the mean streets of any town USA or whatever the case may be. But no, we appreciate having you on, and we will certainly be talking to you again soon.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for having me on, Robbie. It was a great discussion. Stuff I've been thinking about the last couple of days anyway, so it's nice to kind of talk about it. And thank you and Kyle for having me on.
No you're problem. Very welcome. And again, talk to you soon, and we'll see the next time we have you on. Maybe probably LeBron will have a new team, and so we'll have to see. What ends up happening. But thanks again, Doug, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good, man. Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye. All right, yeah, so that was our pal Doug. Thanks, always a pleasure having him on. A lot of fun.
He's the best. Nice guy.
So now we're going to start to wrap up our episode here with one of the final installments of a segment that's kind of taken on a new... sort of taking on a life of its own. We do, unfortunately, due to sort of career-related factors, as my phone is blowing up at the moment, our fans are text line. But no, it's going to be one of our final installments of Tales from Preschool PE. Kyle, I guess we should now that I've kind of dropped that, hey, Kyle is very excited to announce that he is making a bit of a career change, so he will no longer be in be in the current school he's at. So but who knows? Maybe your new job, there will be other sports-related stories to tell.
I think there will be. So we'll see. We'll see how far we can go with this segment here. So
true. But what do you have? What do you have for us this week?
Man, Tales from the PE of. So today we had them actually do this kind of like. So we had them do two things actually at the same time, which is kind of fun. So we started them off with like this. Mat-related obstacle course. So we had them do like American Ninja Warrior kind of stuff going on, which is kind of cool, which involved like rolling on the ground and climbing and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool. And then we ended the day with a basketball game. And just a quick pointer, if you're going to give a whole class, if you're a gym teacher, you're teaching especially like 3-year-olds and up, if you're going to have them play basketball, make sure you're consistent with the kind of basketballs you give them, because if there's one that looks more colorful than the others, they're gonna fight over it. Just so you know. So just quick little tip if you're gonna go about doing that. So yeah, so that's a fun little fun little tidbit. So
very nice. But yeah, so now. Thank you, Kyle, for that, as always. Lovely tidbit. But yes, now we're going to move on to the last portion of our episode, our monologues. I'm going to go first, and I just want to say congratulations to the Washington Capitals hockey team, who we were talking about the NBA Finals, but also the Stanley Cup Finals wrapped up within the last week. Nice. The Washington Capitals defeated the Vegas Golden Knights to win their first Stanley Cup in franchise history, and it was a bit personal for me, not because I'm a big Capitals fan or anything, but because my sister Sarah, who you guys have seen on several episodes of On a Couch, is actually in DC currently doing an internship. So she was right in the middle, and actually I was down there helping her move in the night that Game 3 of the series happened. So we got to see the hoopla that surrounded that series. But yeah, congrats to the Capitals. Also the Golden Knights. I mean, first year in the league, and they make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Pretty big deal. I mean, a lot of nowhere to go but up for that franchise. So great job for both teams in
Good
that
first
situation.
impression.
Yeah, seriously, great first impression. But Kyle, you got anything monologue related for us this week?
Oh, this week, I think sports wise, no, aside from just a little prelude to what we're going to talk about in the future was definitely, if you guys ever get the chance, the Cape Cod Baseball League is starting soon.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it started
last night. Last night was opening night. Yeah.
So if you guys ever get a chance, whether it's on TV, because there are certain games that are televised, especially.
Well, also, you can watch all the games on the internet. Too.
Streaming.
Yeah.
Just do that. So if you can find a way to hook up your Apple TV or something like that, just find a way to stream the games. They're a lot of fun. Or if you find yourself down the Cape, just go to one of them.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
Basically, every town on the Cape has a team.
Yeah.
So
you can find just about any field in any town. So it's honestly I just go watch it. It's for free. You don't have to pay a single dime for it.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice if you donate a little bit, but it's just kind of a nice, fun summer thing to do. If it's you and your family, if it's you and a few friends, just go.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And a little bit of a tease, coming up in just a couple weeks, we will be having our annual Cape Cod League baseball episode. We're going to be broadcasting from good old Cape Cod, and we're very excited, so stay tuned for that. So that's going to do it for this week's edition of On the Couch Talking Sports. I want to thank Doug, as always, for joining us.
You're the man.
Live via satellite, a.k.a. live via my cell phone.
Satellite.
Thank you, Doug, again. And for Kyle, I'm Robbie, signing off for On the Couch Talking Sports. We'll see you next time. Hump Day! Yeah!